Hey everybody, it's Ed Zoller, Villa Realty Group, your realtor for life. I wanted to do an update. No, this isn't a winner reveal for my trivia question that you guys been getting. I wanted to start doing something that I used to call the pulse back in the day. I'm a big stat person. I do a lot of graphs and trying to put my finger on what this market is. But I have been fielding a lot of questions in the last 30 days from a lot of you that have called me saying, hey, my mortgage has changed. What's going on? I want to address that, kind of talk about the market a little bit, and what I'm going to call a segment of what's my home worth and why that is important to you. You all bought your homes from me. Hopefully you're loving your home. Everything's great about it. But knowing what your home is worth can actually save you hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars over the course of the loan, if you just know what it's worth. And I'm going to explain all that to you in a couple graphs and a couple things. I want to make this kind of quick, but let me just put over to a screen here. All right, so this is the state of our market right now. And if you look at what I have is the median sales price. In the median, which is the middle, houses are up 29.7% on the average, or up 20% on the average. But what that means is that your house probably made you $60,000, $70,000, if not more, just in 1 year time because of this massive appreciation. If you saw that graph, straight to the moon. The new numbers for January came in, and that's for a lot of reasons that I can get more detailed with, but that would make this video really, really long. But the reason you want to know what your home is worth right now currently, even if you don't want to sell, is because a lot of you are paying private mortgage insurance right now. Now, if you saw the news in January that the feds, are going to stop buying mortgage-backed securities, going to stop printing money to combat inflation, what that also means is they're going to stop paying to keep the interest rates so low. So a lot of you that got 2% and low 3% and 3.5% interest rates, no one's getting that anymore. It's probably going to go to 4% by the end of March. And so refinancing may not be up your alley, but there's a surefire way, and a way that doesn't cost anything, that you can utilize what this equity that you've gained in your house and to combat the things that are happening right now. First and foremost, not only did interest rates go up this month, but in November insurance rates went up on the average of 35%. That means your typical $1,000 insurance is now $1,350, and what that's going to do is it's going to cause your mortgage escrow account to be short. This just happened to a client. I just went over the numbers yesterday, and her mortgage went from $1,300 to $1,500. Now, to people, $200 a month, that's a lot of money, and that might actually hurt a lot if you're, say, a teacher or only making a set wage. And so although the interest and principal are fixed on a mortgage, your escrows are not. You can't stop taxes from going up. Lee County Property Appraiser also did something interesting. I noticed that the numbers I used to run for taxes last year in November and December were $200 more this year for the same numbers. And that's because a lot of the non-ad valorem part of your tax bill, which is your fire, trash, and stormwater, that went up as well. So $200 a year may not sound like a lot, $8 a month, but when you combine that with the insurance going up, I don't know, $25 to $50 a month, it's going to cause your escrow to be short. The bank's going to complain, which they may have already started to if your tax bill is higher than you thought, or that your insurance was higher. This is something that's real, that's going on right now, and there is a way to combat that. So I'm going to be able to help you, and it's not going to take any time at all. I just want to show you something. I'm going to put over on my screen. I'm going to flip over and maximize this. Okay, so I have this new software now that I literally just took a random house. I took a 4-bedroom Cali in the Cape, just for instance. So under client, let's say I just put a homeowner. I just put your name in there, and I'm just going to take this address of 1621 Southwest 18th, whatever, in Cape Coral. It automatically populates to a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1828 square foot. It's called a D.R. Horton Cali. I hit fetch, and this thing makes in about, you see how fast that took me? In about 3 seconds, it shows you everything. It shows you every sold within a certain realm. It shows you the map of where the house is compared to all the other solds. And actually, as I start to customize it and take a look at all of those, using my own 2 cents of things, I literally can hit publish report. It's going to publish it online. I can actually link up a live view, so within 3 minutes time, 4 minutes time, pull up exactly what your house is worth, email this to you and say, okay, here's our competitive market analysis, and a bunch of my little stuff get auto-populated into it. And you're gonna see prices, 384.9. You know, you're gonna see another 384.9. 350, okay, that's a lower one. These are all Calis, 350. These are all solds, 380. If you get my point on this, all sold 380, 380, 380. It takes the most like properties, 390, 390. It's getting better. It's pending at 410, 410. 375 is gone. Of course, if 410 is gone, 375 is gone. 390 is gone. 390 again. Kind of get an idea of what your house is worth if this is your house. 390 sold, or it's pending. 390 is active. 390 is active. So at the end of the day, kind of tells you how accurate Zillow is. Right now, they're 16 grand off from actually what current value is, because the properties have cruised so much. Everything's on the market for 2 days, selling for over asking price on the average. So what does this mean to you? Well, if you know what your house is worth, so let's say you have a 4-bedroom Cali D.R. Horton model, or an 1,800 square foot off water with no pool. You didn't add anything to it. You've been living there for a couple of years and whatnot, and know that you owe like 200 grand on that house, or $250,000 on that house. You can get rid of PMI by doing a reassessment of value. PMI is there because you did not put 20% down when you bought it. But if your house is worth 400 and you only owe 200 and change, and you got 200 grand equity, you have what's called a 50% loan to value. That's much better than 80-20. So therefore, the bank would stop that. I took a screenshot. I made a schedule, practiced my Excel equations and whatnot. So I took a normal $250,000 house at 3%, did my normal tax bill, did my normal insurance, and there's what most people's mortgage are for that house if they bought it a year or 2 years ago. You know, 1468. But watch what happens when I up that tax bill to what the current tax bill would be as compared to what it was. And I take that insurance of $600 and I bump that up to $840, which is a 40% increase. Well, now you're looking at $1,500, not 14 and change. Now it's 15 and change. That $100 could really upset you. But do you see this PMI right here of $193? How'd you like that to go away? So, well, since I have this new software and it takes me like 3 minutes to evaluate the home, all you have to do is email me, text me, just say, hey, it's me. I'll know who you are, so I can look up your address. You know, pop in the address and make it quick, just in case I'm not in front of my database. But I know who all of you are. You know, say what's my home worth, Ed, and I can really do the evaluation of how much equity you have. You just need to know approximately how much you owe. I could estimate it based on when you bought it, but that way you have a better understanding of how much equity you have. What can you do with that equity? Well, if you have a conventional loan, you can call your bank up, and doesn't cost a couple $100 for a pencil search appraisal to reevaluate the value of it. And they'll say, geez, you have a $400,000 house, you only owe 200. We're going to drop that $191 PMI payment, and your mortgage goes down $191. That's to offset the taxes and insurance. Another thing you can do, just in case things are getting tough and rough, is you could go to a bank and open up an equity line, because you do have $200,000 of equity. They would allow you to borrow up to 80% of that 400, or 320 if you owe 2. You might have an open checkbook for 120 grand. Now that is a second mortgage. Well, you will pay interest, low interest payments, to maybe offset those high interest credit cards you may have accumulated over the last couple of years. And so that's another option that you have. So knowing what your house is worth is very, very important. I just invested in having the software now that I can literally do a very accurate comparative market analysis on your home, because Zillow is so far out of reach. Off by 16, 20. I've seen it off as much as 40%. It's gone up so fast they can't keep up. They're not accurate. So don't use Zillow as a determination of value, because even in this case scenario, they were off by 12%. That's 30 grand you leave behind. You know, a lot of for sale by owners I'm seeing right now. I just saw a lady sell a house for sale by owner for 320. One of my clients picked it up. It was worth 370, but she didn't know, because the market had cruised so fast and so furious, unexpected fast and furious, that she thought Zillow was accurate and it was off by, she left 70 grand on the table. So something to consider, if you are thinking of selling, you might be selling yourself short. If you kind of come up with an idea, it's ridiculous money. Most of my clients who bought 2 years ago got 150 grand. The problem is you have to ask yourself, if you're selling, where are you going to go? Unless you're going to downsize, putting all that money in your pocket's great. But right now in our market, there's nothing for sale. This is why the prices have gone up. There is literally less than a tenth of what should be on the market is. No resales are coming on the market because they have nowhere to go. And rentals right now are at an all-time high, but so are house prices. So what your house is worth is very important for you to know at all times. Of course, the agents are like, hey, what's my house worth? I know what my house is worth every week. Not that I'm selling. It's just a good idea to know how much equity you have in that house, so you can maybe utilize that equity to better your situation. But definitely, if you have a conventional loan and you're thinking of dropping that PMI and not waiting for time for that to happen, then you may want to give me a call, give me a quick text, give me a quick shout, give me a quick email, and let me know, yes, Ed, yes, our escrows went up, our mortgage is going to go up, we're short on escrow, the bank's asking for $400 to $500, and then they're going to jack up our mortgage, and we don't like that. There is something you can do about that. That doesn't take any time, money. I'm always here to save you guys time and money. So please give me a call, a text, an email, and ask me, what's my home worth? And within minutes, I should be able to send you a link. Would like to go over your situation with you so you don't make a bad decision. I don't want you stripping equity for no reason or anything like that. So, but yeah, your house has never been worth more. If it was old, it's worth more than it was when it was brand new. If it's new, it's worth more than what they're selling them now for. I just listed a Cali house that was bought in 2016, coil stove, Formica countertops, not the kind of stuff that people are buying right now with the quartz countertops and stainless steel. It was a downgraded version, and we just sold that for $400,000. Your typical boardwalk, which is a 1,389 square foot Horton house, I just sold one for $325,000. You can make up whatever price. There's desperate people who are desperately trying to find a home and don't mind spending $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 more than they should because they need it now. They can't wait. They can't wait till August. They can't wait till July, like a lot of you did that got new construction, but they need it now, and it's going to cost them, unfortunately, with this market, with nothing on the market. That's what happens. So anyway, look forward to hearing from all you guys. Sorry I made this so long, 12 minutes. Hope you made it through it all. But this is a market update for February 2022 real estate market in Southwest Florida. I got a lot more stuff I'm going to go over. I think once a month I'm going to kind of give what the market's doing. But I wanted to address this because I'm fielding so many calls from you guys worried about your mortgage going up. Give me a call at any time and look forward to chatting with you soon. Bye-bye.